Today on Beyond.
It's the toughest question this woman has ever asked. Is her missing husband dead or alive?
I see the boat breaking apart, actually. I don't see the boat staying together. I feel it breaks apart.
Is she prepared for James's answer? Plus,
He loves that garden you created.
Oh my God.
what kind of intimate messages does this boy reveal that shock his mother and sister? The answer's coming up today on Beyond.
Using his extraordinary psychic ability to communicate with spirits, he's transformed lives by unlocking mysteries and sharing secrets from the other side. James Van Praagh, best-selling author, renowned medium, and your connection to the world beyond.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, boy. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Please sit down. Thank you. That's very kind of you. And welcome here today to the studio. And all you at home, I want to thank you also for joining us for another day of Beyond. Let's get started, please. I would like to begin over around here, please. Is there someone here who used to write at a newspaper, or write for a newspaper? Writing about it, writing a news, there we go, okay. Can you just mind standing, please? I got a whole bunch of people around you when you come in. There's a male figure here associated with your husband. Would you mind standing too? Because there's a whole bunch of family coming in here for both of you, okay? There's a male figure right here. I'm not sure your father that passed over. Hold on. Did your father die?
My father passed.
And yours is still alive? Because that's just him. All right. Your father's here, but there's a brother, or is there a brother connection, please, with you?
Brother.
He passed on, isn't he? Because I'm getting a brother connection with you also. Okay? And I got the brother here for you. There's a man here, and then there's a woman coming in here, and she's associated with your brother. Okay? And I don't know who Michael is.
My cousin Michael, and he's passed over
Yeah.
too.
Well, he wants to send love to you, just hello to you, and he's with your brother.
Thanks.
And you wanted to know that.
Huge, huge.
Okay. Well, that's why they're answering this question you had, this burning desire you had. Who's in the garage? Is there a woodworking bench or something in the garage?
Yeah.
That you have with tools there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if you've recently talking about you banging that garage with you, and you're either refinishing furniture, and you're putting things together there in that area. Okay. And he's been watching you do that. You understand that?
That was his workbench, so.
Oh, it's his workbench. Well, there you go.
And he was just hanging pictures all this week in the house and banging and, hammering.
Okay, you must have had to go to that workbench. Anyway, he's talking about being around that workbench with you, and the tools there, some of them are his.
Well, most of them.
Okay, well, that's right there. I don't know who has the license plate that's hung up on the wall.
Dustin, my son.
Okay, because there's a license plate hung up on the wall, okay? Jane, do you have two kids?
I have one.
Okay. You didn't lose a child, did you?
Well,
There's some other child that they're telling me, so if you know that, I just got to talk about two, okay? Maybe one you don't have now, but was one living with you. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll leave it at that, but as long as you understand that. Are you ever on a boat?
We live out on
on
a lake, and we've got a boat.
We have a boat.
Thank you. Well, I don't know that.
Yes.
It's just your father giving me these things
He
here.
loved it.
Okay?
Yeah,
I know you moved things around in the house, about a different room you were going to and changing rooms over, like one sitting room to another room, changing it, okay? And I'm redoing another room he's talking about, okay? Do you have the old car? An old classic car?
Used to.
Your father's talking to me about you having an old car. Was it a classic car? I'm not sure if it was a Mustang or...
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Mustang, thank you. He's talking about that. I think he might have even had a drive in that once.
He probably.
I think
It
he
was a
did.
fun car.
There's a Paul somewhere, okay? I don't know who that is, but there's a name of a Paul coming in here, associated with your dad. There was a friend of his or a friend of yours.
Friend of, guy that I grew up with.
You grew up with a
Good
Paul.
friend.
I know you're redoing that room. You're either repainting the room. You're repainting a room. We're redoing a room.
I just asked him to paint a room red, and he was like, "No, I don't."
You
think
just asked him to paint the room,
Yeah.
and it was where the TV is.
Yeah. His dad's TV.
His dad's TV. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I don't know who Michael is. He wants to send love to you, just hello to you, and he's with your brother.
Now, apparently your brother showed up with your cousin. Why do you think that happened?
They were best friends, and it was something that I kept asking for the last 7 months. I kept wishing that if I had one question, just one question, that I would wish that I knew that my brother was okay and that Mike was with him. And a few other questions, but that was probably the question I needed answered. And I think to just get on with my life, I needed that question answered.
There's some of the child that they're telling me.
Just today, we were talking about my very best friend, Jean. Her son, Brian, is my son's best friend. He was. And he committed suicide at 21. And now it's been 3 years, I think. And we were just saying at lunch today, because he wanted it validated really bad that Brian was okay. And to know that he came through with my brother, I think that's amazing. I mean, now we know that Brian's okay too.
Your father's talking to me about you having an old car. It was a classic car. I'm not sure if it was a Mustang.
My father came through, and when he mentioned the Mustang, it was a Mustang that I had that I restored and built up for street racing back in the 70s. So it was kind of, when he mentioned Mustang, I'm thinking, that's, not too many people know about the Mustang. That was a long time ago.
Still to come. He died a month before the family's dream vacation to Hawaii. So what strange things happened to convince his mother and sister he was there with them? And will their story convince you? Plus, she's desperate to find out if her missing husband is dead or alive.
I feel it's right here. It's right in this main area.
It's coming up next on Beyond.
A fishing boat with 4 men on board disappeared off the Long Island coast. A wife of one of the missing men called me, desperate to know if he was still alive. I went to see if I could help her. Let's see.
Peter was going shark fishing, but he winded up going there late, so he shouldn't have even been on the boat that he was on.
They went out. I guess the waters were very rough that day.
Yeah, it was bad weather. They said that none of the people should have been out that day. Said there was from, I heard, from 8 to 15-foot swells.
Around 9:30, they called in a mayday, and then the Coast Guard went and searched, but they didn't find anything.
That's why I'm kind of looking forward to today, to give me some kind of closure.
Hi, I'm James.
Hi, I'm Cheryl.
Cheryl, hi Cheryl, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Dawn.
Hi Dawn, nice to meet you. I hope I can help.
I hope so too.
I know that your husband's missing from a boat expedition.
Yes.
And this dock is where he went out
Yes.
here. Did you read anything in the article?
Yes, this is
okay.
he was. I didn't wash it.
Okay, and I'm gonna probably need some maps. I can round some up somewhere. Okay. I don't know why this area right here is what I'm looking at.
It could be. They weren't that far out when it.
I feel it's right here. It's right in this main area, which is actually off Jones Beach, but it's out several miles.
Yes.
Is that what they said?
That's it. They said, what, about 10, 11, 12 miles?
First of all, let me give you this back, and thank you very much. I'll tell you exactly what I pick up when I get, all right? You have a brother that passed, and your father's also over there. Mm-hmm. There are 2 males here. I don't feel your mother, I feel your mother's still alive, okay? I feel there's an aunt over there as well, though, and she could be from the mother's side of the family.
Yeah.
Is there anyone named Louis or Louis?
Yes, he just passed. My cousin.
He wants to say hello to you. Okay? Louis wants to say hello to
I
you.
want to say hello back.
Your husband knew something was going to happen. I'll tell you right now.
I believe that. I really believe that.
He knows something's going to happen, and he almost knew it that morning because he felt the night before very uneasy, and he didn't sleep. He couldn't sleep. There's something about sleeping. Okay. I will tell you what I'm feeling here, and I'm feeling that he did not make this. I don't. I'm sorry.
I had to feel it.
Because I keep on seeing holding on to metal, and I see the boat breaking apart, actually. I don't see the boat staying together. I feel it breaks apart. I do. And I also see flipping on top. I'm sorry. I think you know this.
Yeah, I do.
And I think you knew this, or I also think that you...
He didn't suffer, did he?
No. No, I don't feel he suffered at all. And I think he is the one who has the courage on that boat.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
That's right. I think he has the courage of the boat, and I think he screams to the guys to do certain things.
That's him.
And I think he wanted to try and get some kind of a survivor float or a float.
Yeah, he had a survival suit.
He had a survival suit, because I think he was trying this. I feel that he's caught on something, too. I know that was trying to buy a car for you at one point. I understand that.
Oh my God.
He really wanted to buy this car for you, and there was a talk about that. 'Cause that's what I'm hearing here.
God.
Who goes to racetracks or watches car racing?
He does.
He did, right?
He just recently started getting into it.
Okay.
Yes, very much.
Okay. Because I'm being shown like a racing of the cars.
Yes, we were watching it last night just for him. I never liked it, but then after this happened, I watched it just to watch it for him, you know?
Yeah. I will still tell you, I don't know why, but I feel he has charms, like a metal thing, like a charm thing.
That's odd because I just found a weird charm that we didn't know where it came from that was in his truck. And I was showing my son it, and it was
Just
a little metal
recently.
charm, yes.
You have, I'm being told, you have a pipe of his, an old-fashioned pipe.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes. Yep.
And I think it might be in a drawer somewhere, but I like this pipe, and it's just a proof.
Yeah, he had it a very long time.
Okay? He also has someone in his family with a mustache that goes curls. I don't know what this is.
That's
I'm
like
sure.
one of his pipes that he had.
Is that the pipe that
had
has
a
it?
pipe, had a picture of a man that is the mustache.
curl?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Maybe that's
That
why
was
I'm
it.
told that. If I do anything further, just let me know.
Thank you very much.
Okay? All right. God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless, sweetheart. I know that was trying to buy a car for you at one point.
After Peter was missing for a little while, I found out that he was trying to take money out of his pension to buy me a new car.
I feel he has charms.
That amazed me. Because the only ones that knew about that charm was my son and me. And then we just found it 2 nights ago.
You have a pipe of his.
The pipe, that was weird too, because he said something about a pipe and he said something about a man with a mustache going down. The pipe was in the front of the pipe was a man, a picture of an older man with a mustache going down. So that was freaky.
I'm feeling that he did not make this.
It helps me have some closure. So he did help me a lot. Maybe I'll be able to sleep now. I wanted to know what happened to him. I wanted to know if he suffered. And now that I know he didn't, that makes me feel a lot better. And I just hope he's happy where he is, and I thank James for helping me with that.
Next, he was a typical teenage boy.
He was at a time where, an age where, you know, he's trying to sneak the beers in, or...
He didn't sneak him.
You had him? You had him
Yes.
there? Okay, good, I'm safe.
A family so close they call themselves the Three Amigos. Will they get one last chance to be together? Find out next on Beyond. Terry's 20-year-old son, Michael, had always dreamed of going to Hawaii ever since he was a child. Last year, his dream was about to come true. Then tragedy struck. 1 month before his departure, Michael died in a tragic car accident. Terry and her daughter, Jeanette, hope James can reunite them as a family one last time.
Hi.
Hello.
You are Terry?
Yes.
And you are Jeanette?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, and thank you very much for coming here.
Thank you.
Now, I know you lost your son, who's your brother.
Yes.
And that's who you want to try and contact.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see what happens, okay?
Okay.
All right. Did you also hear or know of a lady who passed over, a friend of yours?
Yes.
Okay, because there's talk about this lady being here, died of cancer, and, hold on, you must know her daughter or be friends with her daughter.
Yes.
Okay? Would you please pass a message on to her that her mother's fine?
Wonderful.
Your son's here, and he came with this lady, just wanted to say hello. And let me ask you, before he passes over,
Yeah.
that week before he passes, he's telling me he told you about going away some with his buddies or friends. I know there was going to be a sleepover or going somewhere special.
Can't think of anything.
Okay, because I want to tell you he's talking about this. This is what he's bringing up here. So
Okay.
I don't know what it means. He loves that garden you created.
Oh my God.
He loves the garden you created. And I love sitting there in that little, I don't know if you put a bench there, you sit there and you talk to him all the time, but he's sitting there right next to you talking to you. Okay? Understand that?
Yes. Oh my God.
And I know they're lovely, those flowers that you picked out for him, because you knew he would like them. And Michael is,
Yes.
who's that?
That's Mikey. That's Mike.
Is that that's the son?
Yes.
Okay. Was it a car accident?
Yes, it was.
Car accident. Was this not his car, though?
Not his car.
Because he said it wasn't my car. Was it your car or something? Whose car
It
was
was a
this?
rent-a-car.
Okay. Was there someone else in the car with him when this happened?
No.
Was there another car involved at all? No. He did this himself,
Yeah.
by himself. Did the car at all turn at all, or was it turn
car
over?
rolled over.
Okay. I also feel he was unfamiliar with that vehicle, that also helped to do for this sort of thing. Seriously. He keeps on talking about, this is interesting because other people in the show, when they come through, they often talk about that as well. And he said, there's no end here. So don't think of him as ending or final. I don't know if he was old enough to have beer,
That's okay.
but I think that he was at a time an age where he's trying to sneak the beers in, or
He didn't sneak him.
you had him
Yes.
there? Okay, good, I'm safe. And I know there's a mirror right there with the dresser. The dresser, there's a mirror somewhere. Is that you?
Yes, I have.
Do you have some of his things
Yes.
in that mirror?
Yes.
And the pictures right there also?
Yes.
And there's some stuff stuck on the mirror?
Yes.
Like stuck in between the
Yes.
frame and the mirror
Yes.
itself? His picture would be there?
Yes.
Understand it? It's stuck right in there,
Yes.
okay? You tell me about that?
Yeah.
There's also other things that he has there. I
Yes.
see like concert ticket things too.
There's a concert that I went to. That was his favorite band.
Okay, and you still have that
Yes.
there? Okay, the tickets or something right there, that concert on the mirror. Just tell me about that. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That is
Just
awesome.
this is validation. He said he's happy, so you should be too.
You
Okay.
tell him I miss him.
He hears your thoughts.
Yeah.
I want to thank you very much, sweetheart. I hope
Oh.
that helped you. There was going to be a sleepover or going somewhere special.
Now, was your son planning a trip? Because you didn't seem to know what that was about when James talked about it.
It didn't click,
then,
but immediately clicked afterwards. We were going on our dream vacation to Hawaii. Michael, Jeanette, and I already had our tickets purchased, and we were on our way. And Michael passed away just about a month before our trip.
You took his ashes.
Yes.
And we went over there, and we brought him to Waikiki Beach. We bought a 6-pack of Rolling Rock beer, and we sat down on the beach and drank it with him.
I also feel he was unfamiliar with that vehicle, that also helped to do for this sort of thing.
I think James was right on the money. He was very unfamiliar with this car that he was driving, which was a rent-a-car. And when he went to go turn the wheel, we believe the back end of the car swerved, and the car flipped several times, and Michael was thrown. And he died instantly.
I have to ask about this huge teddy bear that you're holding. What is the story here?
His name is Buddy, and this was a very famous stuffed animal with my brother. He always had this, and we know that Michael is always with this bear. It's weird.
So you guys are so excited to talk about him. He must have been so special.
Oh, it was
Incredible.
amazing.
Oh,
Absolutely
it's great to
phenomenal.
hear about him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank
Can
you
I get a hug?
If you'd like to be part of the Beyond Show audience and have a chance for a reading with James, call our toll-free number 1-866-88-JAMES or go to our website at thebeyondshow.com.
You know, James, doing the show these many weeks, I've noticed that people bring all sorts of things. They'll bring pictures, they'll bring jewelry. Somebody brought a huge teddy bear today.
I saw that.
Of the person that passed over. Now, does that make the person who passed over come in stronger for them?
Not really, but I will say that an object retains the energy of that person. So like if I felt that object, I would feel their energy on that object usually. and that's called psychometry, and we all can feel energy. So that's why they do that. They somehow think that it'll make the link stronger. We had a show a couple of weeks ago with a girl, she wore a necklace that her husband gave her, thinking it'd come through
Yeah,
stronger, and she
remember
mentioned that on the show. But the energy of the person does stay with the object, so that's probably why they do it. Okay? So that's really it. So thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again another day. Blessings.
I was curious as to why do spirits stay in that house? They never find a resting place.
Oh, no,
Why
it doesn't
is that?
mean that they stay there all the time. They just come, like when I do readings, I will talk about them being around just as validation, just evidence to let you know they're there in the place they used to be